Good spring?
Very positive.
Yeah.
One, spring practice, Wes, is measured really by individual improvement.
Mm-hmm.
For example, maybe the play doesn't run any better on Friday than it did on Monday, but 9 of the 11 players on the team are really better at executing their techniques. Well, as it relates to how you're going to play next season, your team is moving forward, so a lot of the results in the spring can't be judged as a result of yardage gain, yardage stop, this and that. So if a lot of individual players are getting better, your team is getting better. And on defense, we had a lot of players that their game is different now than it was 14 practices ago.
Well, Coach, you've told us many times that spring practice is about identifying guys who can play at this level, getting them ready, and building your depth. As I sit here and look at the numbers, it looks like you're starting to kind of get the depth that you want.
We have a number of positions. You're right, Tony. We have a number of positions where we should be able to rotate players during the course of the game for freshness, for different matchups, for whatever reasons that we might have, rather than having Iron Men at those positions.
As you look, and we heard this, and you and I discussed this, I think, when you first arrived, the difference between 2-gap 3-4 and 1-gap 3-4. Has that varied in the previous 2 years, and is it kind of built some solidarity one way or the other this spring? Because I know that you've got different pieces now to work from than you've had maybe in your first 2 years.
The core principles of any system should always remain consistent.
Sure.
Otherwise, your philosophy becomes one of change rather than one of substance. And so there's some very specific reasons behind our beliefs and philosophies that we try to build everything around. That being the foundation of things, then every year there's going to be some change to accommodate a number of different circumstances. The first one clearly being the different set of skills that each particular team has. The analogies that I would use, Wes, are, in basketball, if a team's a good half-court team with a lot of perimeter range jump shooters, then that's probably going to be their offense. If they don't have those kind of players, then the next year they might likely come out and fast break and press a lot. And people will say, well, the coach changed his philosophy. No, the core things he's saying to his players remain the same, but he's utilizing the particular skill set of the players or minimizing the things they may not be good at. We hear the term in baseball a lot about some teams have to manufacture runs. If you have a lot of guys who can get on base and guys at 3, 4, and 5 who can hit them in, you probably don't want to get those guys thrown out stealing before the home run gets hit. If you're not going to hit the home run, you probably got to bunt them over to the second and hope you get another single. So football coaches are the same thing, just it's a little bit more complex game. Sometimes it's not as apparent what those changes are. The other thing that you have to do to stay progressive is that this is a circumstance, either you're always looking for solutions to new problems or new solutions to old problems. And so if you just stay the same, then those things catch up to you. So that's another area in which we try to be progressive and forward-thinking.